a fatty brisket. I got my barbecue shoes on. Got my natural brisket.
Welcome to BBQPitBoys.com. Today we're going to be cooking up Apple Cider Turkey, and it's real easy to do. All right, here I've got about a 13-pound, almost 14-pound turkey. It's already been washed, prepped, and what we're going to do here is we're going to brine this thing, all right? And it's going to take maybe 18 to 24 hours brining, so we're doing this the day before the cook. All right, for this brine, it's real simple, and we're going to start out with 1 gallon of apple cider, all right? Now, you could substitute apple juice, but you want to get yourself a gallon of apple cider if you can, all right, for real good flavor. Now, the reason we're going to do brining is because it adds a lot of moisture to that turkey. And so you don't want to have to eat any more of that mama's dried out turkey, right, on that holiday. You do it like this and be good every time. Now, a brine always has salt, and we're putting in 1 cup of kosher salt. And here I've got 1 cup of dark brown sugar, all right? And we're putting them in this pan. We're going to heat them up because we want to dissolve the salt and the sugar in this gallon of apple cider. All right, and that only takes a few minutes. All right, the salt and the sugar have been dissolved. And here we're going to add some flavoring to this brine. And I've got about 8 or 10 cloves of garlic. And you just want to crush them like this. Oh, yeah, you got to have some garlic in the brine, man. It's going to taste real good. Now, if you've never had a apple cider turkey before, you definitely got to check this out, all right? This is some good eating at the pit. Now, here I've got some ginger, and I'm going to slice up, maybe a handful of ginger. Man, this adds a lot of nice flavor right to this brine. Oh, man. All right, garlic and ginger are done. And here I've got 4 oranges. I'm just going to quarter them up. Simple enough. Yeah, and it's going to add a little bit of tang, right, to that brine. A little citrus flavor. Oh, yeah, it tastes good. All right. Let's put this together. Now, the best way to brine, or easiest way to brine, is get yourself a paint bucket like this, or maybe you've got an old cooler or something like that, because we're going to need it to sit, like I said, 18 to 24 hours. You want to have to keep it cold, right? So here I'm going to throw this dissolved salt and sugar and apple cider into this bucket. Yeah. And I'm going to touch a little bit of water because we want enough liquid in there to cover the turkey, right? I'm going to add just a little bit of water. Now, here's a little bit of magic to this brine. I'm putting about maybe 1/4 to 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar. All right, let's throw the garlic and the ginger in there. And here I've got some chili pepper flakes, all right? Pepper flakes. I put in about 2 tablespoons. This here's gonna taste good. Now we're gonna take the turkey and drop it in this bucket. But before we do that, here I've got some savory, right? Or what we have here is sprigs of sage and rosemary and thyme. Not too much. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to overpower the taste of this brine, so you just use a couple of sprigs of sage and rosemary and thyme, right? Oh, yeah. And here, we'll drop it in the bucket. And of course, we want to keep this turkey real cold, all right? And so we're going to add a bag of ice in there. This way it'll marinate nice overnight, right? You don't have to worry about it getting too warm. Makes sense now, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. Brine is done. Turkey is marinating. And all you have to do now is put the cover on and wait for morning. And through the miracle of time, this turkey has been brined. Oh, yeah. Man. Just take a look at that. Man. It smells good. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to put it in a roasting pan, and we're going to dry it off. And you also want to get these sprigs of savory out of here, right? You don't need them anymore. You got enough flavoring in there. Now you're going to wipe down the turkey real good, get it nice and dry. Get that brine off of there. You really don't have to rinse it. Oh, yeah, here food police are looking for the Pit Boys. You bet. All right, that bird has been dried off. And we're going to use this roasting pan here. It's got a grate inside to keep it off the bottom. And here we've got some of them giblets, all right? The neck, liver, heart, kidneys. Just throw it in that pan. Those drippings will get into that gravy, all right? Now, before we throw it on the grill, we're going to hit this turkey with a little bit of EVOO, or what they call extra virgin olive oil. Just using olive oil or any good veggie oil. Brush it on like that. Going to help sear that skin. Yeah. Now we want to oil up this side too. Now the technique we're going to use here is we're going to cook this bird for the first hour, maybe hour and 20 minutes with the breast side down. And this here is going to help it cook it right, nice and even, right? And here I'm adding a bottle of ale. Choose your favorite ale. This is going to keep the moisture level up during this long cook. And it's going to take about maybe 3.5 hours, maybe 4 hours at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. You want to keep the temperatures fairly low to keep that moisture in there. Oh, yeah. Nothing left to do now but wait. All right, about an hour and 20 minutes has gone by, the breast side down, and what we want to do now is we're going to be flipping it, right? And cook it the rest of the way with the breast side up, a traditional way. And like I said, we do this so the dark meat and the white meat cook evenly, right? So we'll just flip her. Yeah. Smells good enough to eat already, but no, we've got a while to go yet. And of course, you want to baste it. Every time you're looking at the bird or whatever, get that turkey baster out and just hit it. Bringing up all those flavors, right? Yeah. Put the cover on. Wait a little bit more. All right. We're about 2 hours, 2.5 hours in this here, and we need to raise the temperature of this grill a little bit. It's getting down below 250. So we're just going to add some more pre-lit charcoal to this. You may or may not have to do that with your grill. But again, we want to keep those temperatures about 300 and 325. Of course, we're going to baste it again. Oh, yeah. Now, you do it this way, your mama's going to have you do the turkey every holiday. You watch. Of course, that leaves mama's oven open for all them sides she's got to cook, right? All right, put the cover on. Another hour or so to go. All right, during the last hour or so, what we got here is some melted butter. And we're gonna paint some melted butter on there, and this here is gonna give us a nice crispy skin, give it some color, make it look real pretty. Oh yeah. There's gonna be some good eating at the pit. All right. Not long to go. I'll just kick back, get a fire going, get it ready for supper. All right. I say this turkey is done. All right. Whoa, take a look at that. Do a little bit more of that ale, beer, and turkey drippings. Right? Yeah, baste it good like that. All right. Now, of course, you want to check the temperature of this bird right here. We got an instant read thermometer. And we're looking for about 160 degrees Fahrenheit. You don't want to cook it much more than that because we're going to let it set on that cutting board there. It'll continue to cook. It won't dry out that turkey. What we're going to do here is tent it with some aluminum, right? You know all about that. Let it set. Let the moisture inside that turkey re-permeate, right? So sure it's nice and moist, juicy, tender. Oh, yeah. Now, with a turkey this size, you want to let it rest for about an hour. I say it's time to eat. See that moisture in there? Oh, baby. You hungry or what? And of course, as always, we do apologize, but we're going to have to eat some of this right in front of you. We call this Pitmaster privilege. Whoa. So the next time you're looking for a recipe for your barbecue, you check out BBQPitBoys.com.